also like to address Trustee Model's comments that he made, his public comments about my wife at the last board meeting on January 13th, 2020, which I was not in attendance.
Right, but let me make one thing clear before. Nobody knew Mr. Model was not going to be here until early this afternoon. And when a trustee knows that they have a travel schedule and knows that they're on business, I believe our rules, Doug, that you're supposed to call in and let us know at least 48 hours in advance.
That's correct.
And that also was done today. And so we did not know, and we fully expected Mr. Model to be here tonight. Go ahead.
Well, full disclosure, I wasn't there, but I notified Burridge about 2 weeks beforehand, so just to let him know. Anyway, back to his comments on Monday, January 13th, 2020. They were offensive and distasteful. My wife is an upstanding citizen and contributor to our family, schools, state, and village. And to make public remarks about a volunteer like you did, I'm assuming that he's here, like he did on January 13th, was uncalled for as a public official. Your comments about people that do not agree with you are childish and deplorable. As a public official, you are held to a higher standard and open to the opinions of your constituents, whether you agree with them or not. From your actions, it looks like that he only wants to hear from those people that agree with him. All other opinions get a taste of his harassment and bullying. His commenting about a private citizen and volunteer by name in public is intolerable. When we sit up here, we follow Robert's Rules of Procedure. Mayor Grasso maintains the focus of our meetings. The television cameras are here to give information, relay the meetings to our residents. They are not for entertainment. We are not a daytime talk show program. You continue to be a volatile element at the village board meetings, and it's simply to create headlines. At the last board meeting, you accused Mayor Grasso of pay-to-play politics. I'd like to share a screen with you to see if pay-to-play politics was employed by you. Doug, if you can put that on the screen for me.
These are minutes.
These are minutes of our board meeting, August 26, 2019. As you can see, I've highlighted the consent agenda. So the consent agenda is when we approve multiple things on an agenda and we all agree that those items should be approved. As you can see, my name, Doug. Trustees Schiappa, Mattal, Model, Franzese, Paveza, and Snyder approved what the items on the consent agenda. One of those items on the consent agenda was the approval of an ordinance granting an amendment to a planned unit development ordinance to add a co-working office space as a first floor special use in Building 6 of the Village Center, and a special use for a co-working office space in Building 6 of the Village Center, Z11 2019, 800 Village Center Drive, Hassan. Well, earlier that year, about 20 weeks earlier, Zach had received a contribution from the Burridge Village Center, which he did not recuse himself from this ordinance, but has recused himself from voting on Sephora and moving the concerts. I have to confirm the concerts. But he accepted, and there are a couple of issues here. So he accepted that money from the Burridge Village Center.
He voted to move the concerts.
He did vote to move the concerts.
He voted to approve Ramsey's request.
Okay, but he abstained from Sephora.
Yes.
Okay. He received that money knowing full well that the new ownership would be presenting to us new ideas and programs that would require our consideration. So he knew full well, accepting that money, that Burridge Village Center owner was going to come to us with considerations, ordinances, and resolutions to approve. So, he questions trustees on this board for accepting donations years before they've had to vote on an ordinance. He accepted a donation 21 weeks before his vote on LifeWorks, which is the co-working space. Do I think his vote was bought? No, I don't think so. Okay? It looks like it because he's recused himself from the remaining considerations, resolutions, and ordinances. I don't think that vote was purchased. I think he received some money, and he does vote, what he feels is right for the village of Burr Ridge, normally. So with that, I want to move towards demanding a retraction and an apology to my wife, Patricia Schiappa, for his comments made about her on January 13th, 2020. And I demand his resignation as a trustee for the village of Burr Ridge for his inappropriate behavior towards our staff, our citizens, our fellow trustees, and our mayor. Thank you, John.